Good morning. Good morning. Rise and energize. Let's go. What day is it today? Gosh, yesterday my whole day was thrown off. Today's Wednesday, April 2nd.
It is
Maybe
Wednesday.
yesterday
It
was
feels like a
a
Thursday. Does it feel like doesn't feel like a Wednesday? Does it feel like a Wednesday to you?
no, no. It also yesterday was April Fool's. Did you get fooled at all yesterday?
No.
No.
No. But I'm also like, nobody in my house cared. And then I'm not like I don't consume media. I didn't, yeah, there was nothing that I even saw that I was like, oh, that was brilliant. No.
I didn't see
Did
much
you?
yesterday either. No, I didn't see much yesterday either. I saw a post, one post that um I was engaging with someone, so I went to their profile and they said, "I've had enough of entrepreneurship. I'm giving up." And it was like April Fools, but it was like,
Hmm.
man, that's some heartstrings you're pulling on for April Fools, brother. Like
Hmm.
we all have that thought, at
Hmm.
some
Well,
point.
every day. You're not an entrepreneur if you're not want to quit every day.
Yeah,
Right? Isn't that what they always say? Like every day it's like, I'm done. I'm
doing
done.
the hard things. We're doing the
I don't want to
hard
do
things.
this anymore. And then you go for a walk or you take a breath or you go in your sauna, which, by the way, we were talking about yesterday. You're off a little bit. Do you want to talk about a little bit about why, like in relation to energy drains and gains?
Yeah. So yesterday I had the opportunity to meet with a mentor of mine out of Boston. I knew him, I've known him since 2016. So 9 years. And he was a client of mine. And we had a great conversation yesterday. And what he pointed out was one of my strengths is strategic, right? Who would have thought? And what that aligns with is routine. What that aligns with is scheduling. What that aligns with is lists, spreadsheets, um, a script for the day, you could call it, right? If so what he basically said was if I am out of alignment with my strength of strategy and having a routine, then it's going to put me off for the day. And funny enough, yesterday when I woke up, I was super tired, been burning the midnight oil, exhausted, built the chicken coop this past weekend at the house. So, had some physical energy drain, had some mental energy drain from just building and creating and onboarding clients and all the fun things. Um, and I missed the sauna in the morning, which is kind of the thing that gets me rooted and starts off my routine. So I was talking to Rachel this morning, and I was like, "Man, I was a little off yesterday, even for the Rise and Energize show. Like, I wasn't there, and um, I just didn't feel like myself. So, for me, because strategic is a strength, and I was out of alignment with that strength yesterday because I missed my routine. I missed my morning sauna session. Was running a little late, barely got my coffee in, right? Like just was off a little bit. After that, I realized I was off. I was like, man, that rise and energize, like I could just see it in my face looking at the camera, right? Like I could see that I was a little tired, a little drained. I woke up late. Um, and then it turned into a conversation with my wife where I was short and snippy and running my mouth basically. Like I was just off. I was still tired. I didn't have my routine. I was throwing off my strategy for the day. And I had to lean into that. So how do you switch that? How do you get out of that? How do you recognize that? It was a lot of questions that I navigated just yesterday. And
Well, also it's the grounding too, because first thing in the morning, like you said, you call it rooted, I call it grounded, right? Like you have to sort of ground yourself to continue the day. Otherwise, you're almost like the spinning top where you don't even know like what to focus on. And for some people, it may sound weird, but truly, if you can just sit or stand or like whatever for a few seconds, whether it's going in the sauna, doing a cold plunge, or just standing there and breathing and just like, okay, wait, before we start this day, like off and running, like let's just ground. So I feel like that sort of mental shift got you out of it. Can you get back in it?
yeah, so for me, it was movement, right? I had to get up. I had to change my atmosphere. That's a big one for me. So just getting in the car, breaking up the day, going for a cruise, no music on, silent, it gave me energy back, right? I could think, I could clarify, I could figure out, okay, what's up for the day? What do I need to do? So for me, I have to move, like physically not be in the same atmosphere, change my surroundings so I can change my state. That's what I do, right? I don't know if that works for everybody. Also, I get energy from people. So, working from home, having a conversation with my wife where we're not necessarily agreeing on something related to business. I just had to change that atmosphere and get in the car, keep it silent, no music on, and just start to think through, okay, what am I doing? How can I gain some energy back? Right. And then for me, the other thing that I do is, and we talked about this a couple weeks ago, is just like, all right, close my eyes and just find the farthest sound away and focus on that and focus on the miracle of that sound. Is it a bird chirping? Okay, the miracle of life. Reproduction, if it's a bunch of little birdies chirping, right? Like with their birdie family. If it's a car alarm, right? Like I'm grateful for someone building something that will protect my assets and my possessions in my car. If it's an ambulance, yesterday I heard the ambulance in downtown Nashville, right, ripping and roaring, and I had to sit there and say, well, I'm grateful that someone's going to get aid and help right now, and there's someone doing that. So I think for me, it was a lot of gratitude, a little bit of movement, and changing my atmosphere.
So when your when your spouse notices you're being spicy, like when she notices, okay, you were
Spicy
totally
spouse,
off.
I like it. Spicy
Your spicy
spouse.
spouse. Does she sort of step back and say like, let's table this conversation and like you go fix that? Or does she get sucked into that drama energy? Does that make sense? Because a lot of times when we're going through our bad day, we suddenly it's a domino effect, right? We can literally our energy can impact other people. Truly, truly, truly. And I don't know if you've ever tried to do that where like you notice someone's having a crappy day, right? And you just sort of flip that energy for them just by being nice, saying something kind, or just like pushing positive energy towards them. So is your wife, because she's been with you long enough to know when like Boston Jim comes out, it's
Boston Jim.
Boston Jim.
It's your cousin Jimmy from Boston.
Exactly. When the Boston boy comes out. Is she like, something's off, like go fix that? Or does she generally get sucked into it? Because for a while, because I'm like the one that like I want to talk it out right now, even though you're not in a good mood, right? And my husband's always the one that's like, I need to go for a drive, like give me a minute. Like I'm not in the right space to have the conversation that you want to have. So how do you guys sort of handle that like juggernaut of energy where like something has to change, but you're in the middle of a conversation?
So I'm like you. I want to talk it out and get it done and move on as fast as possible. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to waste space about it. But here's the kicker. Caitlin processes. This is one of her strengths, where she needs time to process. So if you heard what I just said earlier, me being strategic, me wanting to get to the root, me wanting to get it done, schedule it, move on, go to the next thing. She doesn't want that at all. She wants to process it and come back to the conversation. So for me, we literally talked about this yesterday. I'm like, well, can we just talk about it? Let's figure it out. Like, I'm sorry. I apologize. I was a fucking asshole. Like I shouldn't have said that, and it's on me, and I'm sorry, but I want to talk about it. I want to move on. And she's like, no, I need time to think. So that's when I go, okay, I can't get what I need. I need to realize that it's not all about me. This is a partnership. And at the end of the day, it's not her strength to react right now and jump right into this and solve it. It's my strength. So I need to, and this is what the mentor said yesterday. He said, you're not going to get it right now, Jim. That's not how she works. That's not her strength. But how you can work together is say, hey, I'm on a schedule. I'm strategic. It's my strength. I know it's not the time now, but can you tell me when we can talk about this? Can we agree that it's at noon rather than right now at 9:14 a.m., right? Or can we agree that it's at 5 o'clock before dinner, we're going to talk about this, and now I can relax. I can now leave or change my surrounding and go to handle it what I need to do to get back on course, knowing that we're going to have this conversation later, even though I want to have it right now. So, to your point, I wanted to solve it. She didn't. Her strength is to think about it, marinate on it, ideate around it. My strength is to let's go, let's get through it. I want to get this done because I have other stuff on the schedule. I need to be present to her strength. She needs to be present to my strength. And we don't always get what we both want, but we can find that happy medium to where we can both live in our strengths and be satisfied with it, right? Like having that conversation later is fine for me as long as I know when it's going to happen, as long as you're on time, and as long as I have time to prepare, right? I don't need to think about it now, but I'm going to think about it the 20 minutes before that meeting. I'm going to carve out time on my calendar. I'm going to be like, okay, this is what I think. This is what maybe I can do different. Blah, blah. And then we're going to go have the conversation
That's
and
so
we all get
funny.
satisfied.
I'm the same way. And I had to explain that to my husband because when he would be like, I just have to go for a drive, I would say, I just need to be validated that like you are thinking about what the problem is, number one. And number two, that you love me, that you're coming home because like, are you going for a drive to run away? And so it took me a while to, number one, be very aware of the situation. Number two, not get sucked into that energy of like, oh my God, he's going for a drive. Are we like breaking up? Da, 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 da. You know what I mean? Like you just go down that road of like, does he hate me? And so we've learned he just says, I love you. Everything is fine. I just need to like go for a drive and think about it. I will be home in the next 2 hours and we'll talk about it then. Right. So I'm exactly the same way. I just need to know we're going to talk about it. Not that you're just going for a drive and we're going to ignore the situation. I
Yep.
also think there's something that is in that emotional maturity, right? Of understanding, okay, this is how I'm feeling right now. This is the emotion that I'm feeling. I don't like this emotion. So let's like figure out a way to like figure out why I'm having this emotion, or not necessarily why, but like appreciate the emotion. Thank you. Like emotions are signals, right? So thank the emotion for giving me that signal of like there's a problem. And not getting sucked into that conversation, right? Like if you have that spouse that's like us, that's like, no, I want to talk about it right now. You have to have that conversation of how you're going to deal with that
Yes.
crux of an issue, right? Because not everyone is the same. We don't all communicate the same way. And there is something beautiful in a relationship when you can say, I love you, we're fine. Like everything is like, this isn't going to break it up, but I'm not ready to talk about this right now. And that's okay. Our brains are also, we can only handle so much at a time. And so when you have this on top of it, right, that like emotion and that fire of the relationship, how do you even focus on anything else? So I love your idea. And what we do too is like, we need to come back to it, but I need to know when we're coming back to it. So I know then I have to think about it. Um, what are other things people can do to change the energy? I also do the drive because I feel like my brain is so focused on driving that it can think freely. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like it's the anchor.
Yep. Yep.
I love that you have the sauna. I do go for walks. I feel like it's just going for the walk and getting oxygen and breaks up the energy. What else can people really do? I guess meditate,
You
run.
you can do a ton of stuff, right? You can go for a run, you can do breath work sessions. I mean, I've done a breath work session that was 7 minutes and completely changed my state. Mostly when I'm in that, like yesterday, it was literally that state, right? Where I'm just like, what the fuck? Like
It's that
this
fight or flight mode,
this
right? When you feel
sucks. Like,
everything here.
yeah. I'm like, this is just shit's not working. I'm frustrated. I'm stressed out. I got this. I got that. I got to do this. I got to do that. There's timelines. There's responsibility. There's people. There's family. There's babysitter scheduling that I messed up. Right? And it's my fault. It's no one else's fault. I'm the one that said the wrong day. Right? So there's just all of it. And in that moment, I like to call someone and I like to thank them for their friendship. Obviously, I'm the human connection guy, right? Like it's important to me, but that changes my state when I go into gratitude. around and share how impactful someone's been with me. Right. So literally, like I called Galky yesterday. We didn't get to connect. But Brian's someone that I would have called if he picked up. Like I would have said, "Hey, Brian, like you've been an amazing friend, man. I'm just so grateful for you. Like you care about me. You help me. You're always thinking about me. You're always asking how I'm doing. You're always sending me like a funny piece of content or an educational piece of content. Check this out. You're interested in my life, like you actually care. We talk family, we talk everything, right? Like thank you, man,
He's
thank
such
you.
a nice guy. Like, honestly, he's such a nice guy. I called him the other day too, because when I was spiraling, my life coach calls it, you have to call somebody to pull you out, right? It's
Yep.
almost like I'm in a ditch and I need help to get out. And she's like, just that simple conversation generally will help to shift that energy. I also do EFT tapping. I don't know if you do tapping, but tapping is amazing, especially like I'm somebody who lived in fight or flight. I probably still do. Not as much though. I lived in fight or flight the whole time. I was either going to run away from the situation or I was going to fight you, like literally my whole life. And so to be able to recognize that and do different things like the breathwork sessions that I do or the EFT tapping, it's just little things to sort of center you. Um, I know there's a lot of people that just spiral for the rest of the day. And it's like you light the fire and it just keeps going for the rest of the day. And I want people to be emotionally mature enough to realize like I don't like this feeling and I can actually change it.
Yeah.
Um, are you a road rager? Are you one of those people that
So
gets pissed when you drive?
I used to be. I used to be. Like I used to be the guy. I'll get out and fight you right in the middle of the street in my 20s. Like dead stop in the middle of the highway. Like let's go. I don't care. Um,
Mhm.
and then I realized that that's not impacting anybody positively. All that does is cause more drama. And the reality of it is the person that's road raging with me, like they're probably going through something. They're probably miserable. It's usually someone in a work truck, as crazy as that sounds. Like it's usually someone who's probably working a job they probably hate. And it's probably, something where it's like they had a bad day or their boss was or their wife or their husband, like so when I started to realize that that person's road raging with me and I don't have to match their energy, I stopped doing it, right?
And
I was
did you
also a hurt
realize right, it hurt you too,
it hurt me
right?
too,
Like
hurt me too.
I think that that's what people really need to understand today. So your challenge today is when you feel the emotions coming up, um, it's giving you a signal, right? It's like the emotion is telling you something. And also, you have the power to change the negative emotion. You have the power to change the negative mindset. And I know when you're in the thick of it, when we say this, it's not resonating with you because you're not in alignment. Does that make sense? Like, I know a lot of people are probably like, "Ugh, what are they talking about? Energy, bleh." But until you start doing it, right, little bit by little bit, I just want to challenge people, just sort of flip it a little bit, right? And then you'll start to see, like, hmm, right? Like, little weird things start to happen when you start to get yourself into that aligned energy and aligned action. Even if it comes down to like I got the first parking spot today, I found money on the ground, like these weird amazing things happen when you have that energy alignment. And you can get out of that negative space. You just kind of want to catch it quick. Does that make sense? I think a lot of times if you let that negative feeling spiral for too long, it takes a little bit longer to get out of it. But when you notice it immediately and you're like, wait, I need a minute. And it's okay. Like if you're going to a job that like your boss is a dick, right? It's okay if they're pressuring you to have a conversation or you're not in that space to argue. You can say, you know what, like I need a minute. Like, let me go get my thoughts together. And can we come back to this conversation? I think a lot of people have this situation in their employment with their employers, and they don't really realize like you do have the power to say, not right now. I can't have this conversation right now. I'd like to get my thoughts together. Is that okay that we table this? And what time do you have on your schedule later today where we can talk about it? Am I wrong?
It's funny because you like whether it's a relationship in work, whether it's you're buying something or someone's trying to sell you something, like, you have to have control over yourself and do what you need to do in the moment. And, like, I was hiring someone the other day and for the team or talking to someone, they're like, "Okay, we could start today." It was like, "Hey, I need to do some things before we start." I wasn't anticipating starting today. So let's put a like, let me go talk to my business partner. Let me figure this out. And that was just taking control over a conversation that I wasn't ready to have. It wasn't saying that I didn't want to hire them. It's just I wasn't ready to make a decision at that point, and I wasn't gonna be victim to pressure around it, right? Because it doesn't. I don't need that hire yesterday. I don't need the problem solved yesterday. So, let's do it on my pace when I'm ready. And knowing that I was having a rough day early in the day, I wasn't making a big decision like onboarding, someone and hiring them. So, knowing that stuff allows me to make decisions and move forward differently. The other thing that I would say is you can't have 2 thoughts at the same time, a positive and a negative. Like, it's physically impossible. So, when you call that person and you tell them and you start having gratitude and you start bringing back memories and signals and emotions around that person, your brain starts to receive positive emotion and your thoughts start to be positive, which in turn you can't have a negative thought when you have a positive thought. So that's why I do that, to just anchor myself back to something that I know is going to light me up. Like, I love telling people how I appreciate them. I just do. Like, I'm like, Thank you." Like, no, seriously, thank you. Like, this isn't the BS stuff. Like, you've really made an impact on my life. You've changed me, and which in turn and I do this with friends all the time. Like, Dr. Justin, I was like, "Hey man, I've been talking about your TED Talk. Like, it really changed me. I'm so glad I drove out to Delaware to support you and saw it live because it really was impactful. And I use it all the time. Thank you, bro. I appreciate our friendship." That lights me up saying that. And what do you think? He's got 500,000 views on his TED Talk, and a friend saying how he's using it in different settings and lives and events. Like, hopefully that lights him up too, you know? So we both win in that situation. And that's how I solve it. Like, it's very hard for me just to say, "Okay, Jim, think positively." Like, I'm in the shit, right? Let's just get real. I'm in it. It's all over me. I can feel it. I can feel the tingling in my body, the blood pressure rising, right? Like, the chaos in my head, my thoughts scattering, my ADHD running, whatever you want to call it. But that's what I have to do to anchor it back down, is I have to call someone and just get completely out of that state. And then what we said earlier, remove myself from the atmosphere which I was in when that negative thought overtook my body, essentially.
So let's bridge that gap for people. Like, partially why we created Impact Effect Community was so that people had a place to go if you didn't have necessarily that person to lean on, or maybe you do, but you still need a community to back you up or to pull you out or to give you different ways to change your energy and to help you ground. We do all of this in the community at impacteffectcommunity.com. It's easy to sign up. And we're here for you, really. I mean, we've gone through so many different phases of our businesses and our lives. We definitely have the tools, multiple tools, to help you sort of meet you where you are at your business or in your life, to help you pull you out. Do you want to say more about Impact Effect?
No, I was
I
just
love
I was
it.
just gonna say, at the end of the day, you need someone to go to that you can trust, and we wanna be that person for you. And I know that because we're so strict on the people that are coming into the community and how we want them to behave and how we want them to love on each other, that you're gonna get that from other members too. So it's not just signing up to spend time with Jim and Rachel, it's everybody else in the community, and it's the subject matter experts that come in that solve your problem, that you align with, that hopefully you can call and say, "Thank you. I appreciate you," and give them the gratitude, right? And hopefully they use that same tactic and call you. That's the whole thing, is building the deep relationships in the Impact Effect community, having someone to go to, having a resource, having a safe place, and feeling like you belong to something. You're part of this community, which in turn is causing positive impact and a ton of ripple effect. We want you to
That's
be proud of
beautiful.
that.
That's so beautiful. I love that. All right. So everyone's challenge for today, I think, is just to be aware. Be aware of your emotions. Where are you feeling? Like, where are you on that scale? And then also know you have the ability to change that feeling. You really, truly, truly do. You just have to want to change that feeling. I think
Yeah,
a
it's
lot of
gonna
people get stuck in fight or flight. They get stuck with that negative emotion because they don't know anything different. Um, so that's your challenge for today. Just be aware and then start to figure out how you can do little energy shifts.
I love it. We'll see y'all tomorrow,
I
bright and
know.
early.
All right, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Have an amazing day.